Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watch Team is here with your latest update on Tropical Storm Ida. Tropical Storm Ida had formed. The reason I was delaying the stream a little bit is because I knew it was going to form, but I wanted to double check. And aircraft reconnaissance went in there and did find winds of 40 miles an hour. And there was a special update from the National Hurricane Center saying that Tropical Storm Ida has formed. I'm going to be talking about that right now. Here we go. Let's move you over here. I'm getting text like crazy. I don't think it's going to pop up as a, yeah. Here's the update. Tropical Storm Ida, Tropical Cyclone Update, National Weather Service, National Hurricane Center, Miami, Florida. Air Force plane finds depression a tropical storm. Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft data indicate that depression has strengthened to Tropical Storm Ida. Maximum sustained winds are estimated to be at around 40 miles an hour. So, Tropical Storm Ida has formed now with winds of 40 miles per hour. They're actually continuing to find winds that are even stronger. They were finding winds of nearly 50 miles per hour. And I don't know if this is at the surface or not, but there it is. Peak 10-second wind at 45 knots at 139 degrees. Come over here. 40 knots is 45 miles an hour, 50 knots is 50 miles an hour, 50 knots is 55 miles per hour. So it has become a tropical storm. So it's a tropical storm, officially a tropical storm. There's finding an air pressure of about 1,009 millibars. 1,006 I meant to say. So here it is, Tropical Storm Ida did form. Do want to talk about what we are looking at with the system in terms of just looking at it. First off, I want to point out, first of all, I need to actually look at what I'm doing. First off, I just want to talk about more convection happening near the center of circulation and more convection starting to happen farther west, like we were starting to predict a little bit. A little bit of convection happening farther west of the center of circulation. So that's something that we are looking at right now. We do have this center tropical storm beginning to develop right here with winds of, again, now 40 miles an hour. They're finding winds of higher 45 to 50 miles an hour. So we'll see what the storm's intensity is later on at the 7 p.m. update, because I'm pretty interested to see what that's going to be. Any comments, questions, or concerns? Come down here to the chat. So the models are also looking kind of scary too. That out of here. Okay. So the models are looking scary. I just want to talk about just surfacely as the storm. We were seeing this right here, but you can kind of see this is getting closed off, and the dry air is it's not working very well with the dry air. Storm is intensifying a lot more. There's a lot more convection happening. It's literally like it's literally just bubbling like crazy right now. So the convection is really intensified a lot. We're seeing winds of 40, 45 miles an hour. We're seeing winds that are much stronger now than we were before. So there it is right there. We go over here back to aircraft reconnaissance just in case we see a larger amount, more intensity happening with this system. So again, storm did intensify. It is still, it's a tropical storm officially, all right? Tropical Storm Ida right there with winds of about 40 miles an hour. Tropical storm warnings. All right. Hold up. Yeah, I'm really worried about it could possibly become. We could be dealing with a major hurricane here. If we look at forecast models, you'll see what I mean. No, skip. I've never actually done the tutorial of tropical tidbits in my life. 980, 970, 960, 950. So this could be making landfall as a 955 million bar hurricane. Some of the models are showing a much more powerful storm, which is something I'm really honestly worried about because of what we are dealing with. Now, if we go here to, damn, that's showing much weaker storm this time now. We're showing a 900 millibar hurricane, which made me really nervous to see that. So, with what we got right now, we're going to look back at the satellite imagery and this is basically a quick update on what we're looking at with the system. All right. Heavy rain continues for Jamaica, and parts of southern Cuba are starting to get this heavy rain. So here's Cuba right here, Jamaica down in this area, they're both getting very, very heavy rain. Jamaica, the conditions are going to start to get a little bit better, and it's going to get better for Jamaica, but unfortunately Cuba, mainly towards the western part, is where they're going to get the heaviest rainfall. They could get winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour, and they could be having very strong. The storm surge is also a problem, so we could be dealing with 3 to 5 foot storm surge, maybe even higher, depending on the intensity of the storm when it makes landfall there in Cuba. So I do believe that this storm is going to just continue and continue to intensify. The farther northwest it moves, the better organized that tropical storm Ida will become. So here it is, tropical storm Ida. Again, winds are 40 miles an hour. They continue to find stronger and stronger winds with the Air Force reconnaissance aircraft. So, yeah. So currently, that is what we're looking at. I'm just gonna talk about the worst things that we're gonna be dealing with when this storm does make landfall. Now, once this gets towards Louisiana, a lot could change. It's gonna be much stronger than it is now. It's gonna be more defined. It's gonna be a lot more dangerous. Heavy rainfall is gonna be a problem. Storm surge, gusty, very strong winds. We could be seeing a Category 3 hurricane with winds excess of 115 miles an hour. This could be even stronger than that. Even a Category 4 is possible with this system. Right now, storm surge, heavy rain, and flooding. This could potentially be a life-threatening tropical storm / hurricane as it approaches the Louisiana coast. Now, it's expected to make landfall Sunday into Monday. That could change depending if it speeds up or if it slows down or if it changes directions. It's just really going to depend on what the storm does. This forecast track is not set in stone. Forecast track is going to change a little bit. Storms don't go exactly where the forecast track goes. All right, so it's going to change a little bit. That's a given. Questions, anyone? Okay. No, not gonna happen. Wow. It might hit Florida. Well, it might hit Florida. May affect it. May not even scratch it. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? So that's something that I'm worried about for sure. Is the flooding. Now we go back and look at the satellite imagery. Yeah, you can clearly see the rotation. There's a lot more convection happening, and that's something I have my eye on and something I am really worried about. So there's a lot more convection, there's a lot of heavy rain, and that's just lately here, and it's just bubbling up, and so I mean, this storm is just intensifying and intensifying and intensifying, and I think it's going to get even worse the farther down we go in time. So, yeah, I'm really honestly worried about it. I'm interested to see what the next update says about this system. Again, winds are say 40 miles an hour, but I think the storm is stronger than that. I think they're underestimating the intensity of the storm at the moment. So how is everybody doing this afternoon? So with what we have here, there's a lot more convection, which is telling me that this storm has really gotten its act together. The storm is really beginning to intensify, and the storm is starting to it's starting to take shape and kind of just go off. So right now we got to watch for, we got to be dealing with heavy rain. Cuba's going to get hit first. Jamaica, the conditions are going to slowly get better as the storm begins to move away from y'all. The heavy rain is going to intensify. It's going to get more heavy as it approaches the western coast of Cuba. The winds are going to intensify, and the rain rate is going to intensify. The waves are going to get a lot more choppy, and of course, we're going to be dealing with not only going to be dealing with the heavy wind, but we're again storm surge. I cannot emphasize that enough. Storm surge is going to be a big problem with this, as not only as it approaches Cuba, but also Louisiana and the United States. I have no idea why I'm so tired, but I am. So that's what we're looking at right now. There it is. We got that update. The 527, 520. I don't even know. No, it still shows a tropical depression. Okay. That's absolutely fine. It's okay. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to look at the forecast advisory. No, still shows a tropical storm, or tropical depression. But there's Tropical Storm Ida right there. And then we have these other two disturbances that we're going to be closely monitoring in the next several days. As you can see, really, they're not really going to be affecting land. This one, the only land it's going to be affecting will be the Azores. I have school on the 1st and just came home from California, so I wake up at 10 and fall asleep at 1. Oh, Lord. My God. That's, it's quite an interesting schedule, I gotta be honest with you. So that's what we're looking at right here with this storm right here. Just want to give this quick update. The heavy rain is going to continue. This is going to just continue to intensify. Last update on the aircraft reconnaissance. So it's moving this way. They're probably going to they're going to eventually find a lower air pressure. So with that being said, I pretty much don't have a lot more else to talk about. So I'm probably going to end this off here. I like to keep these updates really quick. I like to keep these short and not have these to be super duper long. Again, the next update will be at 7 p.m. Central Time. Tropical Storm Ida has formed with winds of 40 miles an hour with stronger gusts. Heavy rain continues to be the biggest threat. And continue to watch this. Continue to stay updated with your local weather forecast at your National Weather Service in your area. Rely on them for the latest updates. So this has been it for the hurricane watch team for today. Tropical Storm Ida has formed. It's expected to become a hurricane later in the weekend. With all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. And there will be a better and a more longer update at 7 p.m. And with all that being said, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon and peace out.